once again it is coffee time, and I'm freezing. And seeing as it is April the 25th, I refuse to have the heating on. It is, I don't know about it, it's bloody parky. I'm really cold. Anyway, we go to the Daily Mail website to see if there's any news. Is there any news? I don't know. I don't think there is. I don't think there is any news. Okay. We'll start with, I don't know what you call this, food news? Possibly. Waiter, there's a fly in my coffee. Don't shout too loud, madam. They'll all want one. This is the story of a 21-year-old airline worker. Right? She purchased a coffee from a coffee machine, from the airport coffee machine, a vending machine. Bought the coffee, and she'd glugged it down. This was at the Saint-Jean airport near Palma. Right, this is in Majorca. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it ought to. And neither does the coffee, apparently. And as she was drinking it down, she noticed little antennas and wings in her drink. Yeah, apparently the coffee was full of flies and insects. And this is in a hot drink purchased from a vending machine from the airport, where I guess that's where she was working. Yeah. 10 minutes later, she began to feel a little bit sick. Right? And then she looked at the coffee. Obviously, she hadn't noticed. Noticed it tasted a bit odd. And then noticed that there were loads of insects. And there is actually a picture. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? And this is Saint-Jean Airport in Mallorca. There you go. So you get an idea of where this was. So she noticed the insects, and then obviously she went to the bathroom. Obviously feeling a bit bilious, but she had an anaphylactic shock. Right, and this caused her to go blind. Yeah, and her face and her throat began to swell up, and it affected her breathing. She couldn't breathe, but she was given adrenaline and other drugs by airport health services before she lost consciousness and was rushed to a clinic near Palma. She said, when I arrived at the ICU, they told my boyfriend to be thankful that her body hasn't arrived. Yeah. Her reaction to the flies in her coffee could have killed her. She spent 36 hours in intensive care. This was on Monday, and she was released yesterday, saying that she had a bad time and had loads of tubes going into her. So now the first thing she did during the incident, when she spotted the flies, was called Deli Corner, the coffee company, and they said, again quote, they told me to bring me my cell phone and they would refund me the 50 cents. But yeah, her family now filed a complaint against the airport to the National Police. They claim the presence of bugs in the coffee cup is a possible crime against public health and reckless injuries. But yeah, she's made a full recovery. But boy, oh boy, that's awful. It's just absolutely awful. Dear. But a good source of protein as well. Very rare for coffee to be a good source of protein. Anyway, do you have an undiagnosed sleep disorder? Possibly. Yeah, it's oh, this isn't good. I shouldn't have read this one. Apparently, more than 14 million Brits are living with an undiagnosed sleep disorder that risks harming their health. A lack of sleep can contribute to physical and mental health problems and hamper productivity at work, costing the economy and NHS billions of pounds. This is a report by the Sleep Charity. I wonder what work it does. They've got a report called "The Dreaming of Change." And it says society has normalised sleep issues, deterring 69%. Hey, come on, you've got to laugh at that. 69, it's the funniest number of those affected. If you've got a childish sense of humour, 69% of those affected never seek support. Yeah, so it wants the government to publish a desperately needed national sleep strategy. And they reckon this is compounded that some GPs have a lack of knowledge of what support is available. In its poll of 2,000 adults, it found that 9 in 10 are experiencing sleep problems, 1 in 2 are engaging in high risk or dangerous behaviours when unable to sleep, and millions are living with health damaging, untreated disorders such as insomnia or sleep apnea. You don't get, I'll tell you, I ain't got bags under my eyes, I've got suitcases. I don't get a lot of sleep, and I should. It's probably what compounds my diabetes, because you do a lot of chemical stuff inside your body when you sleep. So yeah, there you go. Have you got a sleep issue? Wake up! Wake up! Don't fall asleep over your keyboard or your phone. Wake up and leave a comment now in the comment box. You won't, because you've probably nodded off, listening to my calm, sleepy time voice fall into a deep, deep sleep. There you go. Did that last bit in stereo for you. I don't know why I have the stereo microphones. What else have we got? God, dry again. Dry. Oh, underage drinking. Underage drinking. I was reading a thing. I think it was in the Daily Mail the other day. I think it was the Daily Mail. They did it on Facebook. Might have not been. It might have been an Essex Live. It was one of those ones. They said, do you find it acceptable for children to be in pubs? And I said, sure, only if they're buying around. I think that's perfectly reasonable. But anyway, apparently, middle-class parents have normalised underage drinking. Yeah. 1 in 3 kids have a booze by the age of 11. Oh, I had too much to drink already. And I'm only 15. And 1 in 2 by 13, apparently. This is a damning report published by the WHO. Not the Who, not the who are you, who, not that Who, the horrible Who, the truly horrible Who, the World Health Organization. Those clowns. It marks the highest rate of childhood drinking across 44 countries. Yeah, well done us. Aren't we brilliant? We're exceptional again. But yeah, kids from wealthy households are most likely to drink because they're the ones who can afford it. And this is an interactive thing. Look, this is a proportion of 11-year-olds, and it's divided by boys and girls, or at least those who identify as boys, girls. But yeah, you get, and we're at the top. I feel so proud. I really feel so proud that we've made the top of our list. And Tajikistan are really boring fucks, and so is Ireland. Ireland, now there's a joke. Ireland have a drinking culture worse than anyone. I think they're all lying. But yeah, so I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that you introduce. Hear me out. I'm not joking. I think I was introduced to alcohol quite young. I can't remember how young it was because at Christmas or at Easter, we had a tradition of buying. They used to have champagne on the table. And I'll be able to have a little drop. And I think it's good to introduce children to alcohol young. and teach them to respect alcohol. If you make it verboten and off limits, oh no, you can't drink that when they become adults, they tend to gravitate towards the booze. I think there can be careful consideration with it. Our kids, they're not interested. Herb certainly isn't. He doesn't like anything fizzy. So, he's vowed never to drink. Though he has had a Bucks Fizz on occasion, but it's mainly orange juice rather than booze. So I do think it is useful to introduce children young, a younger age, from about 11. I think that's fair, because when you make things, taboo, they become all the more, tantalising, don't they? Meanwhile, we've got, this is school news, education news. Students at the University of Cambridge are outraged. They are furious. Why are they furious? Have they got extra homework to do? Did somebody tear down their Free Palestine posters from the varsity walls? What happened? Did they run out of blue hair dye? I don't know. Shall we read on? Let's read on. Anyway, the students at the University of Cambridge are outraged because staff emailed photos of their messy bedrooms and kitchens to the whole college as an example of what housekeeping do not want to see on their weekly visits. Yeah, they did it to shame them into keeping their habitat, clean. It's obvious. This is at Fitzwilliam College. Anyway, they were forced to apologise after the email, which contained pictures taken without the students' consent, was sent to 750 people on April the 17th. Staff said in the message that the photos were an illustration of housekeeping do not want to see. But students were in uproar. And they said it was a massive invasion of privacy. No, because there are housekeeping that go around and keep these places, keep the dorms tidy. No, you should be shamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. They had it was deeply embarrassing. And this is Fitzwilliam College. There you go. It's, mind you, I've seen property developments that look like that around here. You can go and live in. I was right. They do look like colleges. And meanwhile, Aaron Lard. Mr. Lard, really? If you were called Mr. Lard, you'd change your name, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I like the sound of breaking glass. Don't know if you picked that up. They said the email was unacceptable. He's a junior combination room JCR co-president. I don't know what that is, but anyway, he said it was unacceptable. No. Shame them. The row comes after students at the college previously complained that the housekeeping staff would wake them at 7 a.m. by screaming at us to put our plates away. It sounds like you've got your classic slobby student. There's a clash of culture here, and what you do is you just let them kind of drown in their own filth until they get cholera, and that solves the problem, doesn't it? It solves the problem. Bloody hell, isn't it? We've got more fury. This time it's Sainsbury's shoppers are furious because again, this happened. This is the second or third time. Online shoppers have been left furious because the IT systems melted down again. More than 500 shoppers have reported had issues with Sainsbury's online service, and the glitch comes shortly after another technical issue in March. Hopefully it's all right on Friday. Our shopping gets delivered on Friday. Come on, Friday. And yeah, everyone's upset. And here's a little picture of what Sainsbury's looks like. It looks like it's that. And also, here is a graph of outages in the last 24 hours. As you can see, there is a bit of a peak there. There's a bit of a spike. That's from Down Detector, which is a website which specialises in knowing if a site is up or down. And we have some messages. Gonzalo Ibra says, just added myself to list of clients expecting delivery and being ghosted by Sainsbury's. Yeah, been accused of ghosting people. This one, no delivery, no contact. What's going on? Apparently my order has been cancelled, says June Peters. And yeah, so come on, Sainsbury's. As long as you're here on Friday, that's all I care about. Friday. Come on now. Come on. Get it fixed for Friday. And here's a picture of a Sainsbury's delivery guy. Now it's obvious. Look, you can see what the problem is. He stopped at McDonald's for a cheeky macca. The sign of the golden arches. He's gone in there. He's having a burger and fries to go, and that's why they're not been delivered. Can't do that one. Oh, I don't know if you did you hear that Hugh Edwards, he's no longer working at the BBC. He stepped down. He stepped down, isn't he? Because he got caught. Says it in pictures from, well, I think they were a teenager, and because that's what you're doing it when you're a married middle-aged old man. But anyway, he stepped down because of mental health reasons. But that's not the truth. Apparently, he's actually doing it so he can spend more time at home with his pornography collection. He's going to have a really strong right wrist, though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good news. Clive Myrie has hinted that he may take over the News at 10 anchor position. Now, I love Clive because Clive does Mastermind and he does a great job. He's much better than that other guy who used to speed up and slow down and have favourites that used to really annoy me. And Clive said, yeah, no, could be me, it could be, who knows? When asked on Good Morning Britain this morning, he went, who knows? Is it the mild-mannered Jenner? Could be. On Kung Fu reference. But whilst I think that could be a good thing, we don't want to wear Clive out because he's on Mastermind. I don't want to get him worn out. So there you go. Poor old Hugh Edwards. How's he going to pay for all those pictures online now? Now that he's £439,000 a year job just to sit and read an auto cue. I could do that. I don't even have an auto cue. They could get me doing it. God, imagine me reading the news at 10. Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Hey, but they wouldn't give the job to me. I'm just too good looking. That's the problem. What else? Oy, oy, oy. Oh, let's go to Heathrow. Who fancies going to Heathrow Airport this morning? Anyone fancy it? The A4 westbound, Hounslow. Should we have a look? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I think they might help. They're helping him look for his contact lens. I think. What's that? No, it's the old road rage, isn't it? Is there more footage? That was just the. Let's have a look. It's only 10 seconds, so you're not going to get much more. And I imagine that there might be an advert. Oh no, there is actually the full battle. Here we go. Yeah, they're helping him trying to find his contact lens, isn't it? So there you go. But yeah, road rage. It's not good. It's not good. That was an Audi A1 and a Nissan Juke. And yeah, everyone got stuck and couldn't get past. Meanwhile, good news everybody, shoplifting offences have risen to the highest level since records began. Store thefts jumped by more than a third compared to 2022, with 430,104 offences recorded in the last 12 months. Well done everyone, well done. Oh my god. Oh my god. We need to play. We need to play the thing. Can it be? Can it be? Yes, we have a giant hogweed story. Yes, Britain's most dangerous plant struck again. Cave on right developed red spots on his face and hands after walking with his mum near the Chard Reservoir in Somerset in England, obviously southwest. His mum initially thought it was chickenpox, but it wasn't. He soon developed painful blisters. He's a toddler, and it's very painful because he got it in the worst places. He got it around his mouth. That's going to be. He had blisters so bad that the skin had to be removed. Here we go. Poor little sausage. Oh, that's painful. He's obviously got it on his hands and rubbed his face. Oh, that's just horrible. Well, no one rid us of the hogweed. His mum, Samantha Morgan from Ebvale in Welsh Wales, said the blisters filled up and they spread over his mouth and face. He had a massive blister on his face and it popped on his cheek and it was oozing. When we went to the Bristol Burns unit, they had to remove some skin. I think it was the most horrific thing for me. I will never forget my son's screams as taking his skin off of him. Oh, it was most horrendous and horrible. He was in so much pain, he became lethargic. He didn't want to do anything. He was just lying in the hospital bed with bandages on his hands and legs. And normally he's very active and outgoing, but he was just lying there, not doing anything. And here he is. Oh, poor little soldier. Poor little soldier. Yeah, those are bad blisters. But this is way back in 2019. Wow. Good one, Daily Mail. That's only 5 years ago. This was posted this morning. I had to go all the way down the story when it said this happened in 2019. And of course, for those of you who don't know, this is what the giant hogweed looks like. Be very careful out there. Very careful. Be very careful. So this was back in 2019. So I guess he's probably recovered now. But he was in the Bristol Burns unit for 6 or 7 days, with 2nd degree burns, nearly 3rd degree burns. It was almost, she describes it as saying it was almost like he had a chip pan poured on him. That's how bad it was. But she says every year I put a post on Facebook to do my best to warn people about the giant hogweed. So there you go. Be careful out there. Be careful. Really. Meanwhile, now this is something. This is an icon. I don't know if you have you ever been to the Moulin Rouge? This is what it looks like. Apparently, they have all sorts of dancers there. Exotic dancers. I've never been because I'm far too innocent for that kind of thing. But yeah, it was a terrible thing happened this morning because the windmill, because I have the big windmill on the front. Here's a better picture of it because we've got some dancing girls. One for the dads. Yeah, one for the dads. Yeah. The big windmill fell off the front. And there's a really good picture of it. I don't think there is. Here's the main mechanism being lifted. But yeah, the whole kind of windmill part of the display crashed to earth. There you go. That's a bit better. Luckily, no one was injured. But yeah, an icon has been damaged. See, here's a picture of the Moulin Rouge back in 1895. There you go. Wow. But yeah, thankfully No one was hurt, and the attraction brings in 600,000 visitors a year, with 2 performances put on every night. There you go. But yeah, it's an iconic building, just damaged. Look at it, just fell off. Thankfully, it didn't happen. I think it happened in the early hours. What does it say? Yeah, between 2 and 3 a.m. So luckily, no one was hurt. But the last night's show finished at 1:15. So if it had been a little bit earlier, there could have been people coming out. It could have been could have been really dangerous, couldn't it? Sorry, I don't know if I can cover this. It wouldn't make any sense anyway. It's about a YouTuber. Oh, I heard this on the radio. Trigger warnings. Are you triggered by my face? You don't get a warning. Only the sound of the coffee time music starting up. That's the only warning you get. But trigger warnings are everywhere, folks. Trigger warnings are everywhere because you never know when someone might say something fruity, or they might say a word that reminds you of, I know, your uncle Norman making you sit on his knee. You know what I'm saying? You could be triggered by anything, couldn't you? Well, anyway, many old TV shows have trigger warnings. Some have even been edited. But there's a new one. A new controversial show has featured a trigger warning. Which one is it? Some of you might have already heard. I don't know if the missus has already seen the headlines. She might have already said, I know this one. But a show has got a trigger warning now. All right? There's a trigger warning for discriminatory language. Any idea? Okay, you ready for this? You know that as a civilization we're doomed when they put a trigger warning on Terry and June. What the? Probably one of the most inoffensive, harmless TV shows of all time. I mean, how you could be... Oh, wait a minute, I know... Oh, it's because it reinforces heteronormative stereotypes. Man and a woman in bed together, that's why. In a happy marriage. But yeah, apparently Terry and June have fallen foul of the woke snowflakes. Yes, this is Woke Watch. But it joins the likes of 40 Towers, Only Fools and Horses, Hello has got to be in it. Heidi Eyes is one of them. Come on, it's got to be Hello. Apparently 007, he's a trigger warning. There's got to be Hello in here somewhere. Because no, I don't think they've gone. Damn, I was going to open that we're going to be in. I was trying to guess it. But you'd think that one would be getting warnings. Oh yeah, hello. Oh, it says it there. But they didn't bother to put them in one of my favourites. Good moaning. So there you go. Have you been triggered by Terry and June? If so, go and take a long walk off a short pier because you need help. Yeah. Diabetes alert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Diabetes alert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If you don't have diabetes, you will have soon if you drink at Starbucks, because they've launched 2 delicious beverages for its summer range. Oh God. These are creme brulee iced brown sugar oat shaken espresso. The creme brulee on its own, cold brew, and the creme brulee brown sugar frappuccino. And they'll set you back, well, one of them's a $5. Jesus Christ, $5 for coffee. Are you drunk? We've got coffee at home. So yeah, it's and they've also got some. If you don't fancy your diabetes to come in that form, we can give you fruit. We can give you diabetes using fruit. This is the Dragon Coconut Starbucks Refresher, the Very Berry Starbucks Refresher, and the Mango Dragon Fruit Starbucks Refresher, all coming in for under a fiver there. Jesus Christ. So there you go. If you haven't got diabetes and you want diabetes, go along to Starbucks right now. There you go. What else is there? Could just do the animal story, shouldn't we? Yeah, we could do the animal story. Just checking. Oh God, it's just refreshed itself. I was just reading a story there. Where has it gone? Come on, Daily Mail website. Where did that go? That was a really good story. No. Let's just do... What? Oh my goodness. Mark Zuckerberg has implemented the human version 2 patch. You're going to be quite shocked because I don't know if you remember Zuckerberg. He looks like Mr. Data, doesn't he? From look, there's no way he's from Earth, right? Well, anyway, he's downloaded a new patch to help him blend in with humanity, and this is the new Zuckerberg. He looks like, what's his name? The footballer, doesn't he? Harry Kane? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm probably wrong, but he looks like a footballer. Take me to your leader. Amazing. Anyway, let's do the animal story. We're going to China. Where are we? Where is this in China? Doesn't say. It just says a Chinese zoo. Does it say which zoo it is? Chongqing Zoo in the city of the same name. This happened on Tuesday. There is footage, but there is a massive advert for Seajet, which is a boat which takes you places. We can skip it, but yeah, let's have a look at the footage here. Oops, why'd you do that? Oh, some cute pandas. Let's look at the cute pandas. What are they doing? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When pandas attack. Wow, they're going straight for the face, aren't they? We've got 2 minutes 20 of this, of a woman being slowly devoured by a panda. I can't tell if they're being friendly or unfriendly. Any guesses? I think she's being mauled very slowly by a panda. I hope there's no claret, because then that will be a demonetisation. I think they're being playful, aren't they? Don't know. Yeah, I think they're just being playful. But it says here, shocking moment, zookeeper is mauled. But yeah, they say that the helpless worker was attacked by 2 pandas. And it's unusual because pandas seldom attack people or other animals. And it's not known what caused the attack. I tell you, it looked like they were... I don't know, to me it looks like they were just having fun. Isn't it? It's just like, you know... She sustained minor injuries, apparently. I don't know. Was that a mauling? I can't tell. There was no claret, so I don't know. But anyway, that'll do for today. Let's see if there's anybody in. Let's see if there's anybody in. 10 people in, bloody hell. It's almost a party. Hetty's in. Hello there. Dr. Oz is in. He says, my children are 14 and 16. And we'll try a little drink for you. Now, wrong with that, exactly. You've got to teach them. Teach them to respect alcohol. That's my attitude. And explain the pitfalls. I say to my kids, don't drink, because you'll end up like me. You know, always use me as the lesson. Runs in, right, Clive, he says, hi there, hope all is well. Yeah, just cold. Very, very cold. Fasano says, it's a good day. I made it in. You've been strange. Where have you been, Fasano? You've been hiding. And Dr. Oz says, in that alcohol table, Scotland are less than half of England's rate. I don't believe a word of it. Neither do I. Same with Ireland. Are you kidding me? They wean babies on Guinness in Ireland, for Christ's sake. And there's nothing wrong with that. Dr. Oz says, Irish with a former chance, says Fasano. And Dr. Oz says, what's next? Trigger warnings about cross-dressing in Shakespeare? Well, that's because the women weren't allowed to act, were they? And that's why Shakespeare does all those weird men pretend to be boys. No, men pretend to be girls do pretend to be boys who pretend to be girls. Who like boys, who like girls, who like girls, who are boys. Should always be someone you really love. That's Shakespeare. And Dr. Oz says, looks like a dodgy threesome. What, you reckon there were men in those panda suits? Do you reckon there were furries? That could be a thing. Anyway, I think you've lowered the tone sufficiently. That was the news for today. Thank you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And Fasano says, an affectionate mauling. It did look affectionate. I think they were just being playful. I don't think they were mauling her. You know, they just looked like they fell on her, you know. Again, panda bears aren't known to be particularly aggressive. So, yeah. Anyway, that was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. You know, you got to drink it up. Ta-da!